Why am I listening to somebody who clocked in and clocked out, who hated their job, who really didn't necessarily want to be there, wish they could do something else? Why am I listening to you tell me about my life when the life you live you're not even 100% satisfied with? But you're not an authority in this area. You have no right to tell me what to do financially when you haven't done it. And so I just stopped going to people that I loved for stuff that they couldn't give me, and they thought that they had the authority because they love me. You don't have the authority to tell me something just because you love me if you're not sound and knowledgeable in it. And once I came to that realization, see, go to the experts, then the whole game changed for me.
Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com. Today's show is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients so you can cook, eat, and enjoy. They offer a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change every week. Sign up today. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80 and use the promo code success80, and that's success and the number 8080.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, Carlos Quinney Jr., joined as always by the Bayesian sensation and motivational speaker, Mr. Karl. Wesley, if you're nasty.
I'm the motivational speaker.
Well, we'll talk about it. Well, you know what I'm saying? I usually don't switch up the intros much.
You know
unless
what I'm
it's
saying?
called for. I only switch it up for Dougie Fresh. But I had to switch it up for Karl today, and we'll get into it. But the hip-hop preacher is also in the building. We coming back to you live at the crack of dawn. So we up,
yes,
and I got up, and this was a bad time. I've been on the road a lot, and I don't drink coffee every day, but I do tend to drink them on the days we get up at the crack of dawn to do the podcast. So I got up, no coffee. My wife doesn't drink coffee. I like to drink one, just one maybe, an espresso or something like that, just to get the blood flowing. Got up this morning, I'm like, bet, we got it, it's the only time we can make it work. Got down there, no coffee. So if I'm a little irritated and I cuss somebody out, just
you know what happened.
My head, not my heart. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Blame my head, not my heart.
Not my heart.
Yeah, no, man. Talk to me. Don't recap the weekend because we'll do that, man. We got to. But how y'all feeling?
Oh, man. If you hear birds outside, it's 62 degrees at this time in the morning in Michigan. So I'm talking about we on cloud 40. I don't know what to do with myself here. Just feeling good, man.
Yeah, I got 60, so I might get to 80 if it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Y'all getting to 60 something. That's crazy. And the hip-hop preacher is also in Michigan, so somebody take a picture, write it down. Got Karl and Ian, even though they neighbors. You know what I'm saying? And now they're doing the podcast together.
I don't know the last time we did this. Like, when was that? I'm talking about it's been months.
Last I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
wow.
And I'm out, and I'm actually leaving. We recording early, so I'm actually leaving tonight. Carl's like, yo, E, how long you here? I'm like, I'm leaving tomorrow night, bro. And then, of course, I'm gone for a few days. Then I'll be in Chicago. And he's like, bro, you on the road? I was like, my wife want a house in California. You know what I'm saying? See, my life is not my own. I'm taking a board.
Stay on the road then. Yeah, Cali got that sunshine tax out there.
Hey, if Canada Dry called me, I'm going to speak for them jokers. You know what I'm saying?
What about Budweiser?
Budweiser, you know what?
Your grandma would be proud, bro.
Yeah, my grandma would be proud. Let me tell you something. I might speak for, we'll talk about that later off the camera, but I might have to speak for Budweiser. Let's talk about it. It depends on what division it is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hey, I had the question, man. Of course, we had a long extended weekend, a great weekend. But I was on the plane ride back and had my headphones on, and I guess the lady next to me did not take that as a sign that I didn't want to talk. And I think I might have brought this up before, maybe on the podcast years ago. But because I am a little bit more aggressive, maybe a high D in my assessment, I was trying to figure out, I'll tell you how I handled it, but I was trying to figure out what's the polite way after somebody continues to talk to you on the plane and you don't want to talk, what's the polite way to not talk to them? Help me out, E. You're a flamingo. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure, I want to do this properly.
Wow. Well, you threw me off.
And I got my headphones in now. And she keeps tapping me like, another thing. And so I you know me, I got the skull candies, I got the buds in. So I just she's on my left side. I just remove my left bud and lean over like, huh? And she did it like 35 times, bro.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's rough for me because if you want to talk, and I say no to you once or twice and then you still want to talk, I'm going to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough.
I thought you said you was about to be like, move your seat or something.
No, it's tough.
You done wore me down, dog.
That's almost like non-human now. You stepping over into a realm where you got another human being, you know what I'm saying, with life that wants to engage in you, and you just tell them no. I can't do it. I can't. Now, what I would do, is have a quick conversation, just like, how you doing? Yeah, what's going on? Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm studying my Spanish right now, and I'm behind, and I got an assignment. I got to get knocked out. So I got to go ahead and get this done. But man, I wish I had more time to talk to you, but good speaking with you. So I would give them about 5 minutes and just be like, yo, I promise you, I got to get this done. I got family at home, people disrupting me, and the only time I can get this done is on the plane. I really need to get this knocked out. But for real, if I didn't have to do this, I swear I would entertain you.
We could go all flight. Karl, first of all, let me tell you something. I don't like having them long 2-hour talks on the plane because I never know how to end it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm always like, by the end of the flight, you like, yo, so you trying to come through for dinner? You know what I'm saying? Bruh, it's like, we know, now I didn't talk to you more than I talk to my friends. You know what I'm saying? We family now. So I'm always like, yo, do I take your number? Do we go on a date? How do we, you know what I'm saying? How do we break this off? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
so I try not to even get down that road, dog.
I'm the opposite. I talked to a lady the other day for 2 hours straight, 2 hours, 15 minutes straight, and it was the quickest flight I ever had.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because we talk for 2 hours.
That's how Candace is, though. She nervous on the flight, so she looking for somebody to spark up a conversation and distract her.
Distract.
Yeah. Well, she got
I'm
the
going to
kids
sleep.
now, but still. Yo, you going to sleep? Okay.
I'm going to sleep. I'm on
on me though.
My mouth
you going to sleep
snore,
on me?
Going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
You going to sleep on me though? You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna hear the snore, and I'm just gonna be a little breathing, a little heavier every time you lean over.
That's rude.
Yeah, so now, how do y'all think I handled it? Now, mind you, we went hard, full weekend. I got on the plane Sunday morning to go see the kiddos for Easter. Have my Easter egg hunt.
I think you spoke
to be
her.
rested when I get there.
I think your flamingo went all the way up, and you spoke to her.
Oh, I definitely spoke. Now, I'm not just that rude not to speak, but the first few times, for sure, I was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Karl, what you think?
Yeah, I'm with E. I think you held it together.
Yeah, I held it. Okay, so about 10, 15 minutes in, I kept putting my headphone back in, and I'm like, okay, you're not taking that as a sign. And she would wave her hand in my peripheral, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now you done got out of hand. Then I start acting like I couldn't see her hand waving in the peripheral, so she just started tapping my shoulder. And so finally I just leaned over. I was like, yo, I ain't never seen this movie. So I was like, yo, because I was burnt. Like I'm not working. That. I didn't even want to have my phone out trying to act like I was working all flight. I just Josh had told me to watch, it was called In Search of Greatness on Delta or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I had watched that, and I was trying to watch that. So I just told her, I said, look, I haven't seen this movie before, and so I'm about to try to catch it before we land. So she was like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. I said, no, you good. I just, you know what I'm saying? I gotta finish this. She was like, she was like super embarrassed.
That's good.
Yeah, she was super embarrassed. And I felt like the shame or whatever. And then, when we landed, I took my stuff off. She was like, oh, how was your movie? I was like, you should check it out sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should.
So I thought that was pretty decent though.
Yeah,
because I gave her like 5.
That was good.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway.
Hey, what age was this lady?
She looked like she was she told me. You already know. She was sitting there talking my head off for, time,
62.
before we even got on the flight.
62.
She was, no. She was 37, because I'm 36. And she was like, I'm way older than you. And I was like, no, not necessarily. If you're 37, I'm 36. Oh my God, you're 36? When's your birthday? I'm like, yo.
Oh Lord.
Hey, were you smelling good? See, I'm going somewhere. Were you smelling good? I think she might have had a slightly different motive than you thought.
No, I think she might have been a little inebriated. She was coming off like a party weekend with her homies. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I think she was just feeling friendly. You know what I mean?
Girls trip.
Yeah.
Girls trip. Exactly. She looked like she was still, you know what I'm saying? She was still her. But I talked to her for, when you get on the plane at first, you don't mind, but here's the problem though. You can set a deadly precedent by even saying hello. You feel me?
You open up Pandora's box.
She was on the inside, I was on the outside, so she got to the seat like, oh, excuse me, I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, okay, boom. Got up, I never took my headphones off. Sat back down with my headphones, eyes straight forward, seat back straight up. Listen, this should be a federal law. If somebody got their headphones in, you cannot speak to them. So I followed all the proper protocol, and then she just started tapping me, and I was like, yo, okay. It done got out of hand. So anyway, I thought I handled that pretty decent.
That was good.
And let us know how you handle it when you get on the plane and people want to talk your head off. Or if you're the person talking somebody else's head off, what is your motivation? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? You got an issue. You need to go to therapy for that. You can't just be talking to people on the plane. All right, I got a fair file. From the weekend. This one stems from the Hip Hop Preacher. So, as you guys know, we were in Dallas. Phenomenal. One of my favorite events we've ever had. Just a great event. So, E, what was this? Friday or Saturday? I think it was Friday, actually.
Friday and Saturday.
No. When did you try to have it? Oh, Friday. Order the food. It was Friday.
Oh, so, Friday.
E goes, so it's what? Friday, we break for lunch. And so E's like, calls me, he's like, Didi is fiending for a sandwich from Papado's. Do we have somebody who can make a run? It could be tough, to go yourself, because shout out to all our people there. But if they see you, they gonna want to talk. And that's the proper place to talk. You know what I mean? So it's like, if E go over there, I go over there, they gonna show love, which is great, but we're not gonna get back for 4 hours. So I'm trying to see if we got somebody we could send to go get the food order, right? So shout out to my boy Alvin, assistant coach at men's Baylor basketball. And he was there. He came check us out for the weekend. And I was like, Al, E-wife wants a sandwich from Papado. Can you go get it? He's like, bet. You want something? I'm hungry too. I said, yeah, you know what? I'm trying to eat healthy now. I'm back on my grind. I said, give me, just a salmon Cobb salad or something. You know what I'm saying? So I got that. Al ordered something. So I go upstairs and I said, E, just call the order in for me. So he said, all right, I'm gonna call you back, see what you want. And then I said, Al's about to go get it. So E calls me on the phone, and I hear E, like, I don't know, were you talking on the hotel phone, or did you have him on three-way?
Three-way.
Okay, so it's me, E, and Papados on three-way. So he orders mine, cool. Alvin, he wanted some shrimp, whatever, cool, got that. Now he gets to Didi's order. And E, you take it from here, what are you trying to order? Because I don't want to get the people misinformation. What are you ordering?
So I want a po' boy because I had it the day before for lunch. Mm-hmm. She didn't have it. I had it, and she was like, when you have you ever been out with somebody and they order what they order and you order what you order and they realize they ordered the wrong thing? You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? They realized they ordered Didi. You know what I'm saying? Didi looking at my stuff.
I don't know what it is, dog, but my pops he got the Midas touch on the menu, dog.
Yeah.
I swear he does. Bruh, I just order what my pops order now. Everything he ordered, his plate always looking fire.
Yeah. So I got the fire po' boy because it was like
Didi was looking at you. What did Didi have? Because I'll tell you whether it's fair or foul off the cuff. You can't get a salad and then say, my po' boy look fire. You know what I'm saying?
So Didi did like you. She trying to eat healthy, so she went with was maybe a blackened salmon or something.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
I could have told her that fried po' boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to get something equivalent to be pissed.
Yeah, with like a broccolini or something. It was like a broccolini or something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it looked fire. I ain't gonna lie. From where I was looking, it looked fire. It looked
but
Cajun
healthy fire,
salmon.
though.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looked healthy fire. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, Didi, that look good. Low carbs. You know what I'm saying? I felt good for her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he's low carbing it out. That look good. You don't feel good
Meanwhile, you
about
just got
yourself.
a whole hunk of fried goodness in between a huge loaf of bread.
Bruh, a po' boy. And you know me, I'm not gonna go with what's on the menu, so I got a souped up po' boy. You feel me? And so I said, look, I don't do shrimp, so do me a favor. I don't even want that. I want a po' boy, but ask them if they can do.
So now I'm listening to the call at this point.
Yeah, I'm asking, can they do a red snapper? I wanted a red snapper po' boy. So I was like, they got fish? They got bones in this joker? They was like, no. I'm like, yo, give me red snapper. So they brought me a red snapper boy out. I'm talking about that sucker was like, I'm talking about super size. But I still didn't want to share. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you ordered a salmon. You had a choice.
Oh,
you know
no
what I'm saying?
doubt.
So I was like, you can have some. I ain't tripping, but I need 75% of this joker because this is what I ordered. You know what I'm saying? So
And
get
a bite of
25% boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just for the road.
And I think, I always share with Didi, but I think that was the problem. Like, we can't swap out. You know what I'm saying? You take 25% of mine. I'm not about to take 25% of your broccolini. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not doing it.
Right. It's not a fair exchange.
It's not a fair exchange, bro. So she took 25%, was like, wow. Everybody in the restaurant was like, wow. Red snapper as a po' boy? I'm like, no questions asked. Everybody looked.
Everybody in the restaurant.
I'm talking about everybody in the restaurant.
I do plate watch though. That's how you know you chunky when you walk into a restaurant and you just looking at everybody's plate. I'll tell the waiter, hey, go over there 4 tables and see what was that my man had in the flannel shirt, the big bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime you see a big fella, you like, yep, let me get what he had.
Let me get that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to order the wrong thing. It's an extensive menu, especially if you go somewhere with a long menu. You like, I don't know if that was new chicken fried chicken.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Especially if it's a place you haven't been to regularly. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I get so the next day I called for that joker. Now, unfortunately, the first day.
Now, this is when I'm on 3-way, Karl.
Yeah. Now, the first day, though, some kind of way they found out I'm E.T. the hip hop preacher. So, you know what I'm saying? It worked to my favor. Well, over the phone, they don't know I'm E.T. the hip hop preacher over the phone. You know what I'm saying? So she gonna tell me the sandwich gonna cost $45. I was like, $45?
What?
She's like,
So
maybe
now I'm
you had
listening to E and the lady argue back and forth for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Al at the restaurant getting the food, all's done. He's still fighting with the lady. But she tells him, she says it's gonna be a slight upcharge. So E goes, oh, okay, what's that? How much is that? $5? She said $25 upcharge.
That's a plate, see? That's a plate.
That's a whole plate,
That's not an upcharge. That's a whole nother plate.
Yeah, and that's
I
my
could have got
problem is
salmon and
because now
broccolini.
you devaluing the shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Like I only want to pay the difference between the shrimp and the snapper, not the whole snapper. I felt you on that.
And so, long story short, bro, we going back and forth. I'm like, I can't do it. $45. I can't do it, bro. I just started thinking about, we are the world. We are the children. I was just like, it's some kid right now starving, and I'm paying $45 for a po' boy. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yeah, so I don't know how that's fair and foul, but I just couldn't do it,
we're not
bro.
finished with the story. The story is not over. Look at E trying to get out the story early. So what? How do you end up getting this po' boy?
I didn't get it. I end up just saying, oh, I got you. Okay. All right,
You're lying, dog.
No.
Come on, give it to me.
No, I'm not lying. So here's what happened, Karl. So I just didn't order. I just I'm not paying for it. So I didn't pay for it, right? So Alvin picked his stuff up, CJ stuff. I went downstairs, watched them eat, right? So I go back up when everything is over. The whole show is over. It's about 6 o'clock, and Didi I'm hungry. I'm like, oh, okay, what you want to eat? A po' boy.
No doubt.
I was like, what?
With red snapper.
No doubt.
With a red snapper. I'm like, hold up. I felt like this was deja vu whenever I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had this discussion already, right? But I could tell in her eyes she wanted it, which is weird because Didi don't spend that kind of money. So I'm saying, okay, I got to come up with a way to make this happen. So I asked the lady, I said, look, how much is a red snapper and French fries? And so she told me, she was like, it wasn't that cheap. I mean, it wasn't that expensive. She was like,
16 bones.
She's like, it was about 25, 30, you know what I'm saying? Because the upcharge was gonna make it, that's what the upcharge made it almost 45. So it's like 20 something. So I was like, let me get the red snapper and the French fries. She was like, all right. I was like, and you know that big sourdough roll that y'all gave me when I was there? How much it cost for one of those? She was like, oh no, that's free. I was like, oh, it's free? She was like, yeah. I was like, all right, let me get 2 of those. And how much would it cost to put some shredded cheese with the sourdough? She was like, oh, it ain't gonna cost nothing to put some sourdough. I was like, oh, okay. And what about some extra tart sauce? She was like, oh, I can give you all of that. I was like, cool. Got that sucker for $25. Made
Build your own sandwich.
No. Here's the deal, though, Karl. I ain't gonna lie to you, Karl. So they didn't have they had shredded, real fine cheese, not real cheese, right? So I went up to the executive lounge because it was after 6, so they had hors d'oeuvres. So they had cheese up there. So I took some of their cheese. They had tomatoes and some vegetables. So I piled up all their vegetables and all their stuff and brought that downstairs. And when they dropped off my sandwich, I just cut the bread open for Didi, put the cheese from the executive lounge and the vegetables. I had squash, zucchini they had cut up real small, laced it with that joint, put some tomatoes on that joint. Yeah, I made the sandwich, bruh. That for $25. Why is that fair
so
foul?
Here's where the fair foul comes in. We at the 1% conference teaching people how to live on the left side of the menu. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark. We teaching people how to live on the left side. Meanwhile, we got the hip hop preacher hustling papados. You know what I'm saying? Just hustling papados to save $15. Fair foul. You know what I'm saying?
25. It was a $25 upcharge.
Okay, so to save $25, he is hustling. Got a whole scam going. The scam papado. You know the bad part about it? It's probably the same lady who was trying to charge you $100 for the first po' boy.
No, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't like about my structured individuals. She could have hooked that up for you on her own, and instead, she lost the whole sale earlier because she wasn't trying to. Man, it's crazy. Anyway.
Hold on. Do this for me, though. Before you get serious, bruh, this ain't fair or foul, bruh. But I had to call Moose because Moose is super cautious, super super structured. Moose is one of them. I said, Moose, I met the professor, I met your founder, right? So Didi and I in Houston, we go, of course, we went for Toby's concert, his final concert, which, by the way, fire. Mayor of the city came up, gave him the key of the city. It's Toby Day, Toby Nwigwe Day, unbelievable, man. But so me and Didi went to Walgreens, and it's so funny, man. I told Didi, I was like, yo, I got 2 20s. I ain't breaking this other 20. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 1%. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to live at 1%. I'm like, Diddy, I ain't breaking this other 20. So why would I say that? As soon as we get to this cash register, it's $2, it's $20.02, right? So I'm like, bet.
Ouch.
Praise God, I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely
break
not breaking a 20
yeah.
for 2 cents. I'm with you on that.
I'm like, bet. You know, so my man was like, $20.02. I was like, all right.
Yo,
I was
you
like,
got the 2
bro.
cent?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm good. I ain't got the 2 cent. He was like, no, it's $20.02.
Nah.
I was like, bro, I'm good, bro. I ain't got the 2 cent. He was like, no. It's $20.02. I was like, okay, all right, bro. I said, bro, I don't know if you heard what I just said, but so I asked my man next year. I was like, bro, you got 2 cent? He was like, no, but I got a 20. So when I pay, I'm just gonna pay the 2 cent for my man. And he was like, oh no. The register has to close with $20.02. I was like, bruh. So I looked around, see, I found a penny. So I gave it to my man. He was like, all right, I'm gonna need another penny. I said, this is not happening right now. This is not happening to me right now. I
Now you gotta fight, my man. Now you got fighting.
I said, what? He said, yeah, man, it's $20.02, bro. And it was a weird looking cat too. My man was looking weird. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly.
So I was like, I just kept looking. I found the other penny. Another dude came by with a quarter. You know what I'm saying? My wife was like, put that penny down. Somebody else might need that one. Take my man quarter. You know what I'm saying? And then put the change in the hookup. Bruh, my man would not let me. I call Moose like Moose.
Wow,
I have met your match,
that.
bruh. I have met your match. This dude wanted me to come up with 2 cents.
If you got a card, obviously it don't matter. But bruh, if I got a 20
Right.
spot, come on now. Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, this is what the 1% life look like, y'all. I hope y'all taking notes. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all taking notes. All right, so Karl, let's set this up. Because I wanna take this real quick before we go to anything else. I think that, and I purposely, Karl, didn't hit you up about it, but let me fast forward and just say, man, I've been rocking with you a long time, bruh, and this was probably like the proudest I've ever been of you. And I wanted to say it on the podcast, man. Like, yo, I was extremely proud. And just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? About all the feelings a gorilla can have, I had the other day,
At one time.
watching
you. Know what I'm saying? At one time.
Yeah, bro, I promise. It was, I was like I was in tears. Like, I was in the back. Like, yo, I was in tears. And it was incredible to see you on stage in front of 700 people and
On
do what you
stage,
did. So
hey.
we'll kind of set it up because I think it may have been some divine intervention. Either that or my gorilla just kicked in.
I think it's your gorilla.
Yeah, long story short, of course, rest in peace, Karl's grandmother, we talked about on the podcast. He had the funeral last week. And so Karl sends us a text on maybe Monday. It says, yo, I'm not going to be able to make the conference on Friday. My grandmother's funeral is on Wednesday and we driving. So he sends back the flamingo text. Understood, bro, all good. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, that's interesting. I'm saying, all right, Karl, the funeral's on Wednesday. Conference not till Friday and we need you there. And I don't know what it was, bro. Normally, I probably wouldn't even have said anything, even with the gorilla. But I was like, yo, we really need Karl there. Like something, just the way, the conference, he already had a section he was going to do with Jamal. And I just had a weird feeling about it. I was like, no, it just came over me like, yo, Karl needs to be there. So I didn't respond to the text. And then, Karl, I'll let you take it from there. I called you, and then you kind of finish up the story.
Yeah, so no, she calls me, so I'll set it up because, so here's the deal. I wanted to make sure my mom, my aunt, it's their mom. Like, I'm one step removed. I had half the amount of time with my grandmother. So for me, it was like, yo, I'm going down to New York. I'm driving. I'm taking the kids, everybody. Let's just drive, have like a little time together. You know what I'm saying? Trying to create some memories. And my plan was to bring them all back up, like my mom, my aunt, everybody, away from New York, just to get away, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to go back to the same house. My grandmother used to stay in this room, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get a break from that. And life's still going on. It's not like you could take a moment and deal with that. Everything's still going on. So the plan was Saturday. So we drove down, what was it, Tuesday? Funeral was Wednesday, and I was going to stay a couple of days, and my mom and aunt both wanted to come back up here. So I was like, well, we'll stay a couple of days, because we had relatives come from Barbados, like all over the place. And I was going to drive back up on Saturday morning. So I was like, man, there's a lot going on. I was like, I don't know if I could, like, it's just a lot. Like, I can't deal with this. So I was like, I can't do it. So calls me, and like you guys just, C's like, yo, I don't know what it is, Karl, but you have to be there. Like, we can't pull this off without you. And just to be real, and I told I was like, yo, I'm not even thinking it's possible, only because, like I just said, I'm driving back Saturday morning. I don't even know. Like, in my mind at that point in time, I'm so cloudy, I don't even know where Dallas is. Like, I don't know what part of the country it is. I'm just like, yo, I'm locked in, because I got to be here to support my mom and them. So C was like, yo, bro, it's planes flying every day. The funeral is Wednesday. Ain't nothing got to change in your life. Like, basically, you literally jump on a flight that morning, Friday morning, and as soon as you get done, you jump on a flight and head back. And when he said, I was like, I guess I could do that. Like, that's real. Like, I could do that. So we had booked a flight from here already, from Lansing. And again, we talk about, not to be funny, but we talk about 1%. And I don't know if you remember, a couple years ago, our little saying was, what was it? What was it, E? About, in a perfect world. In a perfect world. That's what we used to say. Yeah. In a perfect world. Like, what would happen in a perfect world? So I promise y'all. So I hit Tay up. I was like, Tay, we might have to switch the flight up. And Ted's like, okay, how you want to do it, whatever. We talked. Ted jumped on the phone with American Airlines and explained the whole thing. Bro, they changed the flight, no charge. See, no charge. None. Oh, cool. Just give me the lady was like, well, I got to do my due diligence. Let me know the funeral home, all that. I was like, bet, give her the information. I don't know if she called or not, but boom, flight changed. Instead of Lansing, we're leaving from LaGuardia, straight to Dallas. So I'm like, bet. So, yeah, man, it was crazy.
So you get on the flight at what time and land at what time?
Bro, the flight I had to leave my aunt's house at 3:30 in the morning. The flight was like 5. So I jumped on there at 5, and I know, what was Dallas, an hour behind? It was all twilight for me, bro. I think Dallas was like an hour behind.
Yep, you got an extra hour.
So, yeah, I got there about 8:30, 8:40. Jumped in an Uber, and luckily the spot was only like 10, 15 minutes from the airport. So event starts at 9. I'm there like 8:45, 8:50, something like that. I walk in the room. E's just about to go on stage. I walk in, and Jamal and C's like the first people right there, like, hey, what up? And I'm like, hey, what's going on? You good? I'm like, I'm great.
Yeah, and so I'll pick it up, man. So Maul, who crushed it, Tiffany oh man, it was insane.
Yeah.
The conference, I mean, and don't ask me, ask the people who were there. Some of the highest level presentations you'll ever see in one spot with relevant, practical information. But anyway, Karl and Maul did the real estate presentation, and Karl came up as a part of what Maul was going to do, because obviously, I guess we can say it now that it's public information. Karl closed on, his second property. Congratulations on that as well. And of course, learning under Maul's tutelage. So Karl was going to come up there and kind of talk about his experience as a student under Maul. And so I just thought Karl was going to come up there and, I don't know what you thought, E, but I thought he was going to do, 3-4 minutes. Of course, we all know Karl ain't necessarily the keynote speaker and, not necessarily trying to, swag you out up there. He's just trying to give you the information and go. So I don't know what happened, but all I know is I was in the back of the room, like, just moving from side to side, whatever. And all of a sudden, the first slide was a slide of Karl's grandmother. And, bro, I froze. I was like, oh, okay. And then you start talking about your grandmother, man. And when I tell y'all, and I don't want to give it all away because we got Chicago this weekend, and I know people are listening, but when I tell you Karl got a standing ovation. First of all, he talked for about 25 minutes straight.
I didn't even know it was that long. Wow.
No, it was 25 minutes. And when I tell y'all, Karl got a standing ovation, people with tears in their eyes, I was like, yo, wow. Like, Karl came from a dude who came in the office and wouldn't even speak to me or E. I'm talking about not a word, to getting up there, man, and giving the keynote in his grandmother's honor and just getting a standing ovation. And I was like, wow, like I was in the back and I was emotional. And I was just like, yo, this was so I want to know from you, it seemed like a huge moment. Like I was hoping like, man, Karl takes his, like, I've just never seen, and it's tough, right? Because Karl, again, you know, obviously he is, you know, the shiny gold nugget of the company. And then, you know, I kind of came along a little later and people like, oh, there's CJ. And now Karl, because of the podcast, a lot more people are knowing what's going on with Karl. But I've been speaking on stage with E for a long time. So I kind of been getting my flowers for a while now. But I think this was like maybe the pinnacle to this point. There'll be bigger moments. But to this point for you as a part of this company and as a part of this, you know, trio right here, I don't know. You take it. What was the feeling you had? Did you notice you had the standing ovation? Were you too nervous to even appreciate the moment? And then, you know, what me and you had to go through with our conversation. Like, I tell people, it wasn't comfortable for me to have to call you and be like, yo, I know you got a family that's mourning and you want to be there for everybody, but get your butt to Dallas. That wasn't like even though I'm a gorilla, that's not a conversation that I look forward to having, telling, you know, you to leave your family. But I don't know what were you, because you left, Karl got straight on the plane and dipped. Like he said, he had to go. And I didn't want to talk to you until the podcast because I wanted this, you know, moment to be fresh when I tell you how proud I was of you. But what were the feelings going through your mind when you got up there to talk, when you saw the standing ovation? Did you feel it? Did it happen, hit you on the plane ride back to New York? Talk to us.
And it's funny, so I'll answer it in pieces. I didn't even know I got a standing ovation. Let me just be real. I had no idea. I had Nikki was like, bruh, like you got everybody up. I was like, what you mean? She's like, dude, you didn't see? I was like, I don't have a clue what you was talking about. See, I went up there and let me just paint the picture. Bruh, I was a not nervous, emotional wreck 3 seconds before I went on stage. Bruh, the whole morning, I was like, yo, I'm good. Like, I ain't tripping or nothing, but I'm talking about like minutes before. And I wasn't nervous. Like, I wasn't nervous. And it's weird to say that, but I wasn't nervous about speaking. It was just the whole emotion of my grandmother, you know, thinking about my mom, my aunt, all that. Bruh, I was crying my butt off. And you could speak to it. Like, literally, just before I went up, I just had to walk
y'all was at the
screen.
front. I was in the back. I couldn't tell.
Bruh, I walked behind the screen. I was not in control. Let me say it like that. I was crying. I was like, yo, I'm about to go on stage. Like, get your butt together. Like, I was like, self-talk real. Like, get your butt together, bro. Like, you got to go on stage now. You ain't got time to play. So I walked on stage and I'm like, yo, deep breath. And then my dumb butt, like I said, I got the first, like C said, the first slide is my grandmother. Like, I told my man, hit the slide as I'm walking up. So I got to walk past this big old screen of my grandmother while already emotional, bro. I got on stage and I was like, yo, I can't even talk right now. And I'm like, okay, Karl, breathe. I can't talk. So I remember Chris said, yo, you are who you are until some serious emotional event takes place.
Yep.
Like, something got to happen. You're going to be who you are. And I said, Karl, if this week don't change your life, just chalk it up. Like, this is who you're going to be for the rest of your life, and ain't nothing else going to change. Like, if what you got, this is it. I'm saying, if this don't change it, bro, like, see, you talk about creating stuff all the time. You talk about creating an event, you know what I'm saying? Keep pressure on yourself.
Yep.
I'm like, I ain't got to create none. My grandmother just passed. If this does not change my life, I'm just going to live in what I don't even know the name of the street, Lionsdale Circle. I'm going to just live here the rest of my life. I'm going to cut the slam grass. Ain't nothing going to change. This is my life. So like that's all that I had on me the whole week. Like, yo, this is the moment that you have to, this is like your growth moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was so much going on inside of me. See, that I promise you, I don't know who was in the crowd. I can't tell you a single face. I did not see a single person. It was my grandmother, and like the other part of it was like, yo, I got to get people to understand, because this is like everywhere I go, and I'm hearing the same conversation. Like, I'm tired. Yeah, we working 2 jobs. I'm doing this. Like, I'm sick. When I tell you I'm sick of it, and I guess coming off of my aunt, she's got a lot going on. I'm watching my cousins, got a lot going on. Everywhere I go, bro, I hear the same conversations. Like, man, I don't like this. I'm not comfortable. I want to move from here. I want to do this, but I can't. I got to do this. And I'm like, yo, so it's the combination of my grandmother, and then I'm feeling that pain of, like, bad analogy, but, you know, Jesus about to die for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that pain of that. Bad analogy, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, I feel this pain of, like, yo, people need help. And like the experience I'm having with Jamal and the real estate is something that we can offer people for real. Like it's a way out. Like you ain't got to you ain't got to have 50 grand in the bank to start. There's ways that you can get this thing started. So it's like those two things going on, the loss of my grandmother and the passion of like, yo, I'm watching people and I really want people to understand that what we're trying to give you is, we could pump you up all day long, but we realize that you still got to go out here and make something happen. So we want to give you now, we get you pumped up to run through the wall, now point you in the direction that you can run in. So those two things, see, I was so lost, and in a good way, lost, and like, yo, y'all gotta understand this. Like, I'm not playing on I don't even know I was on nobody's stage. I just felt like I was talking to somebody like, yo, you got to get this. Like, I don't want you to leave this room and not understand that you have to make some decisions, some different decisions, and change your life. Because if you don't, bruh, it's been going on for hundreds of years. You work for somebody, they pay you whatever they want to pay you, they go home and chill with their family, and you go to your second job. Like that, it's over, man. I'm sick I'm sick of it. So that's kind of all that was going on. But I promised you, I got done talking, and I looked at Jamal, and I'll be honest, I didn't even have, like, my mom asked me, like, yo, you prepared something? Like you had something written down? My preparation was my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like watching my grandmother give. That was my preparation for going up there. So I got on stage, bro, and I just talked from like, yo, this is real. Like, ain't nothing to prepare for. And I just looked at Maul. I was like, Maul, man, and I didn't say it like on stage, but the look to Maul was like, yo, I appreciate what you've done for me, man. Like you've opened the door for me and my family to see a way out. And the only way I know how to do with that is to share it with other people. That's the only thing I know how to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, no, it was incredible, bro. And like I said, not only, I guess for me, dog, you know, I had so many emotions because it was like, one, again, I'm thinking about, you know, you coming back, you know, for the event, and that was big. You know, that was a big moment for you just to even come back, make it back in the midst of all that was going on. You know, the fact that, you don't ever get on stage and, you know, talk to the people, but you are. So, I mean, that's exactly how if y'all, for the day, I know some of y'all might have got onto the podcast late, but for those of y'all who, were on from the first couple episodes, Karl used to just come with the recording equipment, and he would like sit off to the side. But then I realized, like, yo, every story I'm telling, Karl's a part. And so I'm like, Karl, you got to actually like be on the podcast. And so there was never even an intention for Karl to be on the podcast, not because he wasn't a valuable member of the team, but just because Karl don't talk like that. And so to see you get on stage, I'm like, wow. And then to also see the content that you were talking about, again, I really don't want to give it away. Obviously, we just started, the first city of our tour. So you got to come out and buy a ticket to get the information, because me and Karl are a bit more structured in our approach in terms of we're going to, talk about similar things. Now, I can tell you everything he said, because he's going to say something totally different.
He gonna switch
Actually,
it up,
I don't know. He was super linear the other day, and you killed it, bro. I don't want to. You don't need no flowers right now. Back to Karl. but Karl, with all of that, plus the fact that, Maul, you got you closing on your second properties. I'm looking at your houses. I'm looking at the bread you got in the bank, and you were comfortable before. I mean, obviously, you make a great living to the world standards, just, here at ETA. No, but you talking about generational wealth now. We talking about, that millionaire status, and you well on your way. And, for you to like, I just see the growth, man. For you to be now a property owner, an investor, a real estate investor, a keynote speaker. I don't know if anybody could have saw those two things, in your, I mean, even a year ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like really close, even a year ago. So that was my, Karl, man, just super proud of you. I don't know if you have anything you want to touch on the topic, but.
I think for me, what has been, and I think for you, that was the culminating, act, if you will. But I think for me, before yesterday, I have had that moment because, and this is why it's so important for those of you who are out there, to do what you've been born to do and not necessarily, be in the shadows, playing it small. But I have had multiple people come up to me and break free, if you will, have a new mindset, because of Karl. People come to me all the time like, yo, yeah, man, I heard what Karl said, and, based on what Karl said, based on what Karl did, I did this, which is huge because I get what they're saying, and I disagree with Maul, and we'll have this discussion later about me being a unicorn, because I'm like, I promise you, like, and I understand when people say what they mean by it, but I was like, bruh, you don't know how hard I had to work, on this gift, because I had raw talent, but what it takes to do corporate work is something totally different. But I realize when people look at me, that's how they look at me, like, yo, E a unicorn. So I'm not necessarily gonna listen to E and then change my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna listen to E, get inspired, whatever. But a couple people was like, yo, like Karl, like because in their mind, they see themselves like Karl. Like, yo, they might feel like I'm where Karl is in the grand scheme of things. And so I've just had in the last month so many different people, either the airport, just like, you remember when people first start recognizing me, like, oh, there go E.T. Like, that's what they doing now with Karl. I'm in the airport randomly, and a dude would be like, yeah, bro, I've been watching Karl's growth. I'm hearing what Karl is saying, and that podcast where and I was like, oh, for real? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm like,
people was coming up to me
up.
telling me the same thing. They was like, yo, that death insurance podcast changed my life.
Yeah. So for me, before he got on stage, and remember, I put him up on stage years ago. We were at some church, and I asked him for Bible study to speak.
Oh, bro, that was about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And Karl, that was the other beast mode moment Karl had.
Yeah, right. And so for me, I did it because I was like, yo, bro, I think you got the insight for this group. Like, you could smash it. And so I've always felt like he could do that, just for whatever reason. He just didn't want to do it. So the other day was like, yep, he's coming into his own now. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those superheroes that take a minute. You know what I'm saying? One of the ones that's like, oh, I didn't even know I had these superpowers. And then now they looking at their hands like, I got it. And I'm just so geeked up because I understand when you have that moment, real estate is just the beginning now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the first thing that God did to free you up. But it's going to be multiple streams, after that, because once you taste that, once you get 25% of the red snapper, you know what I'm saying? You want your own sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You want to order your own boy. So he's tasted a little bit of, his potential. And it's just going to be amazing to see, the rest. And it's just so hard, man. For those of you who are listening, man, it's just so hard, y'all. But I'm telling you, I was saying on our coaching call the other day, we do every Sunday, and I want to recommend you get on it because, it's a minimal investment. But what I'm kicking out right now, there's just an anointing on my information right now, an unusual anointing on my information. And, I just told the people, in actuality, it is easier to live on the 1% side than it is to live on the 80 or the 20% side. You really do work harder when you're that other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, to C's point, I really did have to work harder to get the sandwich than if I would have just paid the $45 for it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just being real. It's more work to do it the way I did it than just to pay the $45 and just get the sandwich as it is, and I don't have to do, you know what I'm saying? Which I don't mind doing it, but I'm just trying to give y'all a practical illustration that it really does take more to live in poverty. It really does take more, mental anguish, for real. You going back and forth, you saying, and it's not that you're envious. So some of y'all, for real, people tell y'all you jealous, envious. You might even be feeling jealous or envious. That's not what it is. What it is you're seeing how you could live in other people and you pissed because you like, yo, I could be doing that. I could be living like that. That could be my life, right? So don't let nobody tell you jealous or envious. That's not what it is. But you should be doing more. You should have more. You realize that, right? And so I just want to encourage you guys, stop listening to, and this is the biggest one, either your community or your parents. Like I said, I love my mom. But my mom told me the other day we was kicking. I ain't even tell y'all this, but I was talking to my mom the other day, and I had to have one of them conversations with my mom. Like, yo, Mom, I'm not trying to be funny. I love you, but I can't. Like, when you look at the four personalities from the assessment.
Get the bucket ready, Karl. Get the bucket ready.
Look, I said, Mom, here's what you have to realize. You probably need a CJ in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because You need somebody who, like with the Karl situation, you're going to go to, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go to New York and be with your family and not see that window. You need somebody who's going to, aggressively, whatever. I was like, yo, Mom, with my personality, I'm not pulling no more. And it doesn't make you a bad mother. It's some stuff, that my mom is trying to do with her book and whatever. My mom was just like, she said something deep to me. She was like, yo, I've been working my whole life. All I've ever done is exchange time for money. And I just can't she was like, it's just hard for me to break free of this thinking. She's like, yo, I'm a baby boomer. My whole life, I went to work, I clocked in, I clock out. When I clock in, they give me this much. When I clock out, I don't get nothing. And so what you're teaching me or what you're trying to give to me, I can't necessarily get it. And so I'm just telling y'all, a lot of you are not growing because you are so concerned about your, for real, your parents holding you back. Your church might be, I don't know, your community, I don't know. But I'm saying the biggest thing I had to break through was what my mother thought. You feel me? Like that was my biggest nemesis, was my mom didn't think I should be doing this. My mom couldn't see it. And I finally realized one day, I was like, yo, of course she's not gonna see it. She worked, whatever, but it don't mean it ain't real because my mom can't see it. And it don't mean I shouldn't do it because my mom could. And I had to get to a point, where with my own mom, it was like, yo, I'm not having those conversations with you no more. Like for real. You're
Are you talking about back in the day when you were getting started in this career?
Yeah, I'm just saying when I was like, yo, I'm gonna break through in this career. Not when I was getting started, but like when I was like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with the work mentality and the entrepreneur mentality. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I'm not going back and forth. And a lot of times it's like I ain't going back and forth with you. You talking about haters. I'm just saying with my mom, I was like, yo, I'm not going back and forth with you no more. This is what I'm going to do. And if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, I'm not mad at you. And so when we had our conversation the other day, I was saying to my mom, well, here we go again. I'm not going back and forth with you. Either you're going to be an entrepreneur and do it, or you're not going to do it. But we're not going to go, you're not going to tell me it's hard for you because you was a baby boomer and you ain't got no content to put up every day. I was like, Mom, either find a way to get content or stop. You know what I'm saying? One of the two. But you can do it because you won't be the only 60-something-year-old to get on Instagram and provide value. I said, you got value. It's no question. You 60-something years old, worked 30 years for Ford Motor Company, raised 3 kids. You was a teenage mom. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot to get. And so for a lot of you, the reason why you're not blowing up is you going back and forth with people you shouldn't be going back and forth with. I'm just keeping it 100. And these are people you love, you respect, but you still don't have to go back and forth. And I had a conversation with my mom like, yo, I'm not going back and forth with you. There are people in BU who can help you. I'm not that guy. Like I'm not pulling no more. But there are some people in the company who would love when you wake up one day, you fired up the next day, you don't really know what to do. They would love to walk you through that. But as for me in my house, I'm driving 180 right now, and I'm just being real. See, I ain't slowing down for nobody. I don't know how much time I got left on this earth. I'm not slowing down. And so if you want to do 65, that does not make you a bad person. That does not make you a bad individual. If you want to do 70 right here on 96, but I'm in Germany right now on the Autobahn, whatever they call that joke, the Autobahn, and I'm doing 180, bro. I'm not slowing down. And so I'm just saying to you, somebody's listening. I'm looking at Karl like, yo, bro, welcome to the fast lane, bro. Welcome. And here's the deal, see, it's plenty of lanes. It's plenty of vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's enough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get to the point, for those of you who are listening, you got to get to the point where you like, yo, I'm ready to drive. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to make this happen.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, I think a lot of people struggle with that. And probably a lot of people who listen to this podcast struggle with that because, most people wouldn't, I guess I say that because most people wouldn't, pick up a personal development podcast, right? Like most people try to, look for entertainment, or I guess this is somewhat of entertainment too, but, most people, look for something that just, feels good, not necessarily trying to learn. So what happens, and I get it all the time at the conferences and stuff, and people are like, yo, I'm trying to do this, and my mom, and I'm trying to do this, and, my family, they don't believe in it. Nobody believes. I got this vision, I got this dream, and people don't, necessarily believe in it. What was the process, I guess, of quieting the noise, because it's easy to say, okay, I'm in the fast lane, I'm on the Autobahn, I'm going 180, whatever, that's cool. But, you know, you still have to deal with real life. You still have to deal with relationships. I still got to see these people on a daily basis. They still call me. They still text me. You know, I still have these voices, I guess. And I talk to so many people at our conferences, like I said, that, you know, come to me and they're just like, yo, I'm starting it, but, you know, it's got me on the hesitant, boy, because, you know, I'm not sure they believe in this. And I guess, Karl, you can obviously answer it too, you know, with, you know, what we were doing, you know, as it relates to E, and you came from a very structured background and there was a, you know, an expectation. But that can be tough for people because, again, you can say it all you want, but when I got to sit down at, you know, Sunday dinner and explain myself every week and, you know, I'm getting grilled by the people I love most, that can be tough.
Yeah, that's a choice, though. You don't have to get grilled. You know what I'm saying? For real. I've gotten to a point where, and let me tell you guys, you know, for me what happened, and you know, it's different levels, you know. So don't go, well, I can't do that, because I'm sure I wasn't. I'm sure that maybe my first level was being able to take my parents out to eat and they didn't have to pay for it, because that's the transition. You know what I'm saying? Like most of your life, your parents paying for you to go out to eat, right? So whatever that going out to eat was, sending them on a trip. So when I'm talking to my mom, I have two realities. I have the reality of my mom still trying to make a transition into entrepreneurship and, you know, like kind of dealing with that, or my mom and dad that I send to California in the winter for as long as they want to be in Cali during the winter. You feel what I'm saying? See? So I got two options. I got, okay, I can deal with it's fearful. I don't really know what's next. Or I can deal with the feeling that I get, like that feeling of talking to my mom and she's stressed out about the next level and whatever. And how do I get my book off the ground? I can deal with the anxiety of I'm not sure about this son, or I can deal with the reality of sending them to California in the winter, you know, or when they needed a truck, I heard, what, you need what? I was able through Josh, Letz's to get her a Tahoe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here's the reality. The reality is I can allow you to have me second guessing myself in this career, or I can go full blast and be able to provide for you. And so the person that I want to talk to and what I want to talk about is the dude that's able to put my family up and be able to put my mom in a position where, you know, through her book and through her learning how to develop her story into speaking, that's what I want to focus on. That's what I want to work on. And so I have options. We can talk about that and deal with that and put our energy into that and have you stay in Cali forever if you want to. You don't have to come home in the summer if you don't want to. You could just stay in Cali forever. Help you to write another book. Help you to put your curriculum in schools. Like we could put all our energy into that, or we could put all our energy into what the fear of, what's going to happen in 2 years and I don't know. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? So for me, see, it was like, I'm going to put my energy into that. And let me say this to you guys. I do not mean to be disrespectful. Karl and I had an office right across from Dan Gilbert's office, like directly across. A dude who owns 50-something doggone companies, right? Billionaire, right? Right across from him, see? And I remember saying to myself, who do you want to listen to about money? You want to listen to somebody that worked their whole life, or you want to listen to somebody who has thousands and thousands of people working for them, right? It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but why am I talking to somebody who's been in poverty their whole doggone life, who's lived from check to check? Like, how did you become an expert in money? Why are we even having this conversation? You've lived check to check your whole life, and it don't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean you the scum of the earth because you're not a billionaire. But why would I take advice? They make teachers get certified every doggone year. You have to stay like knowledgeable and relevant in your studies. So if you are a math teacher, you don't get a degree and 20 years later, you don't get recertified. It ain't like you get to teach on that same degree you got 25 years ago. You have to yearly get. So why am I listening to somebody who clocked in and clocked out, who hated their job, who really didn't necessarily want to be there, wish they could do something else? Why am I listening to you tell me about my life when the life you live, you're not even 100% satisfied with? So I just decided like, yo, you're not a bad person, but you're not an authority in this area. You're not an authority. You have no right to tell me what to do financially when you haven't done it. And once I came to that realization that you don't go to somebody who didn't make it to the NBA, they didn't make it to college, they just play high school ball. Like, you don't go to them, LeBron, to learn how to improve your post game. You go to Akeem Olajuwon, the dream. You go to somebody who dominated the league, somebody who won championships because they know. And so I just stopped going to people that I loved for stuff that they couldn't give me, and they thought that they had the authority because they love me. You don't have the authority to tell me something just because you love me if you're not sound and knowledgeable in it. And once I came to that realization, go to the experts, then the whole game changed for me.
Yeah, go for it, Karl.
I'll give TJ credit this time, and then after that I'm taking it. But TJ preached
said
a sermon a couple.
Oh,
TJ, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he preached a sermon a couple of weeks ago. And he said in the sermon, the beautiful thing about discipline is that you choose what you want to sacrifice. And I'll go slow. He's like, the beautiful thing about discipline is that it gives you the opportunity to choose what you want to sacrifice. So if you want to sacrifice sleep, you could do that. You want to sacrifice the NBA playoffs, March Madness, you could decide to give that up. He's like, the opposite, though, is when it gets taken from you. So you don't have the option. You didn't do what you were supposed to do, and it gets taken from you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just think, I'll go an extreme example, but you know, the law. You go do whatever, break the law, whatever, and freedom gets taken from you. Opportunities get taken from you because you didn't make the right decisions on the front end of it. And it's like, it's crazy, but like now, same thing you're saying, E, like the conversations that I'm having with people around me are completely different now. It's just like, man, if you could stay the course, the same people that are telling you, I don't know, man, that might be, or yeah, you might want to think that through. The same people, are the people asking, well, how you even get started doing that? Like, you see what I'm saying? So the conversation changed, like I'm talking about 180 degrees, that conversation changed, because the hurdle is,
now y'all see why I don't talk to people.
Yeah, we do.
It's real. The conversation is different because what's happening is they're speaking from their lens. They're speaking completely from their experience. And you and Train, you make that move. Now, all of a sudden, less than a year later, Train is living the same spot with almost the same size house. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, if Train did it, somebody else right behind Train. So it's like a ripple effect of you doing what you're supposed to do. The impact it's having. Man, I'm telling you, the conversations I'm having with my family now, oh my goodness. I'm like, y'all not understanding what I'm saying when I say my daughter is asking me when we get another property. My 4-year-old daughter is asking me when we get another property. I got her holding the document that we just finished signing, them doggone like 150 pages of signatures. I got her holding that, and I'm like, yep, boo, we just got a second property. She's like, well, when we getting a third? Like, do you understand the conversations that's happening now? Like, it's a completely different thing. My mom, everybody's asking. My brother and I were just talking about, he got a property in Alabama, like a single family. I was like, dude, yeah, we need to switch that up. Like, different conversations now. And again, I'm using real estate as an example, but this has nothing to do with real estate right now. I'm just saying, you do what you're supposed to do, and it opens the door for so many other people. Because like E said, like, yo, okay, we might put E as the unicorn, but you see CJ doing it. CJ come from a regular family, you know what I'm saying? CJ come from a biracial family. Like, you know, all the little mixed up stuff you could have. And no excuses. I come from an island somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So people from all different walks of life can resonate with each of us in a different way. But we all doing what we're supposed to do now. It allows us to pull a whole, it allows us to pull, I was going to say a community. It allows us to pull a whole generation along with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to see things that you're not seeing on your own. I'm saying, forget all them other conversations. Forget them. Like, I'm saying, like, get intentionally enough to say, like, don't even talk to me right now. We're going to talk again in 2 years. Don't even go to dinner. Like I'm saying, choose what you want to sacrifice. Don't even go to dinner right now if the people around you are going to be doing that. Like, we can't go out right now. I got something going on. You can stall for a couple of years, but I promise you do what you're supposed to do. And those same people are going to be one of two things. Let me not lie to you. One of two things. They just can't stand your guts because you blew up and they're jealous or whatever. R.I.P. Nipsey. Or you're going to have them coming back to you asking like, yo, show me the way. I'm saying, show me how you did what you did, because for real, I'm watching your life and I know where you come from. We come from the same spot, and you getting some stuff done that I would like to see happen in my life. So those are the two outcomes you're gonna have. They're gonna walk away from you, or they're gonna come sit at your feet and learn from you. You choose which one.
You know, it's crazy because we talked about, what did we say before? We were talking about secondhand smoke when we said secondhand.
Oh, yeah.
This is like, you can allow people to give you like secondhand fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're sitting in a room of a whole bunch of smokers, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You minding your business. You might be focused, reading, studying, whatever. You're getting that secondhand smoke, and that secondhand smoke can kill you too. You can die too. Through no fault of your own. And so what they're saying, I hope you're getting it, is so important, because when you let people pollute your mind, it throws you so far off your game. Like, somebody can instill fear in you when you didn't even have the fear. You know, and that's why, for real, with my kids, I'm always cautious of being like, don't do that, stop there, don't do that. And I'm like, yo, like, now, of course, I don't want you to kill yourself jumping off, you know, the coffee table and you know, break your leg. But at the same time, I have to catch myself, because I'm like, yo, don't put that fear in them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let them learn, let them grow. Like, yo, my man, he might just be like wanting to walk a tightrope. That might just be, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you about to blow his whole, you know, moxie because of your little insecurities and fears. And so, for real, man, watch who you're putting yourself around. And I think that's what's so dope about our communities and about what we do. Like, you get in our communities, you see how people act. Like, yo, they on fire. They energetic. They want to help. They want to, you know, pour into your dreams. They want to give you resources. They want to be a part of things. And so many people, man, I get it time after time. Like, yo, I'm the only one in my family. I'm the only one of my friends. You know, why you paying for this conference? Or why you spending money to go here? Or why you know, pouring into yourself in this particular manner? And it's like, yo, it's crazy. Like, to not be around this information, to not get information, to not hear what Jamal is saying, learn it, apply it, to not hear what Tiffany are saying, to learn it, apply it to your life. Like, it's foolish, because you're going to be stuck in the same spot. So somebody sitting up there telling you, oh, I can't believe you would pay that kind of money for a real estate course. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe you pay that kind of money to go to the 1% event. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I'm just saying,
but you broke saying that.
Right.
You paying it for boots. I'm just saying, you paying it, though, for some boots. You paying it in the alcohol you drink up. You know what I'm saying? You paying it in the lottery tickets you buying. Ain't nothing wrong with you spending $50 on lottery tickets, but there's something wrong with me spending $100, you know, to prove. That's why I said, bro, look, and we got to understand, we got to save each other. Like, I love my mother. My mother was 17 years old when she got pregnant with me. My mom had to do some stuff earlier on in life, you know, when it was just me and her, to get me to this point. So now, see, I don't look at my mom as bad. She been programmed for 30, 40 years, bro. She been programmed. So it's my job as her son to protect her like she protected me. She protected me when I was a kid. She put me in schools, did what she's supposed to do. Now I got to protect my mom and be like, yo, Mom, don't believe the hype. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't believe the hype. You took this road where you got to get a job, then you live off your retirement, and then you put a little bit over here and say, no, Ma, that's not how America was built. America was built off real estate. America was built off insurance. You know what I'm saying? America was built off certain types of businesses. Why aren't we a part of those? Why aren't we a part of what America was built off of? America wasn't built off of people going to work every day. The rich people aren't going to work. The rich people are making investments. You feel me? And when I sat across from Warren Buffett and he said, bruh, let's see, it's one thing to get this stuff off the internet. And I told y'all know how I am as a learner. I don't necessarily need to be with Warren Buffett 50 times to catch it. When I sat across from my man and he said he just bought, I think it was Pepsi, was it Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
I think he bought Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
My man said he bought Coca-Cola. See, Karl, look it up real quick. I just want to do an exercise if y'all don't mind. Let's do a quick exercise for
Hey, I think I remember the numbers, to be honest with you. I think I remember.
Okay, so then Karl remembers the numbers. So here's what he said. He said he bought Coca-Cola, right? How many Cokes was he selling? How many Cokes sell a day?
18 million or something like that. It was like 18 million
Cokes
every day.
18. So he bought a company, see? People think he crazy. I'm looking at his lips, see? I'm looking at his lips. I'm looking in his face. Right? I'm not, this is not something I read. I'm looking in his face. At that time, he was the 4th richest man in the world. I'm sitting right across from my man. He said he had just acquired Coca-Cola. Just acquired Coca-Cola. 18 million of them jokers sold a day. He told him that he raised the price a penny. That's it. Only a penny at that time. Karl, by him raising it a penny, how much did he make extra a day?
$1.8 million.
That day.
Yep.
Yeah, times 12. You feel me, see? Times 12. And see, when I walked out that room, I said, this is the 4th richest man in the world. If you want to be remotely close to him, you in the wrong business. You were speaking for a living. You have lost your rabbit mind. As much as you think that's something, you can't pass that down to your kids. Jalen may not be able to get on the mic. Jada might not be able to get on the mic. When you leave this place, you need to acquire a company or at least put yourself in a position where you are a part of multiple companies. Whatever that means, real estate, company, whatever that means, that's what you need to do. And I'm not talking about doing it in like an ignorant way. Like you need to use your influence, you need to use your impact, and you need to, and I was like, I got it. My man, 4th richest man in the world, he ain't up here waxing deep on YouTube. He ain't going off. He ain't rapping. You know what I'm saying? And then he broke down how his father blessed him when he was 12 and gave him his first little bit of money and showed him how to make investments. I was like, bingo, got it. So I'm just saying, see, we got to stop doing what the people in our community are doing if that's not the community we want to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if the people in your community, great people, money does not make us, but resources sure enough helps us. If in fact you want to live if you want to live like a Warren Buffett, then you can't follow the principles of the people in your neighborhood. If you want to live like Warren Buffett, you got to do the stuff that Warren Buffett is doing. Bottom line, and here's the deal. When I walked out of that room, what I realized when I sat in that room with those individuals is that everybody in the room was human. Everybody. I didn't see one robot. I didn't see one artificial intelligence person. Everybody I saw in that room was human. I saw their hairs, a couple of them disheveled. I saw their suit was like, a little to the left, tie a little bit to the right, collar not buttoned up. I saw humans, bruh. People breath stank in the room. I saw humans, see? There were human beings in that room. You feel me? I think it was 32 human beings. And I walked out of there like, yo, if they could do it, you could do it.
If you looking at them like they human, they must have been looking at you like this.
Oh, like
the most human.
Dirt to earth.
This is the most human of human beings.
Yeah,
human
no
nature.
question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tell them that it's human.
It's human nature. Why?
Do they do me that way?
And that's why, for those of you who are listening to this, bro, you ain't got no excuse because it's what C said. They probably looking at me like, who is my man? And after leaving that room, I've never been the same. I'm not worth the same. I'm not worth the same. Every year, just keep going Eric Thomas and watch the worth keep going up. I'm not worth the same. Where I come from, see, I shouldn't even be worth, see? Where I come from, bro, you shouldn't even be able to put my name up on the internet. Based on how your mama, 17 years old, pregnant, south side of Chicago, she had 13 siblings. They living in a 3-bedroom house with 1 bathroom on 43rd Street and about King. You feel me? My mom barely got out of high school, didn't get to go to college. You should put my name in, and either it should tell you when I was deceased or it should tell you what my prison number is. You shouldn't be able to pull me up and that my name up and it tells you what my net worth is. You shouldn't be able to do that. You feel me? So if y'all listening to this podcast, you are listening to 3 people who shouldn't be doing what they doing right now. You have absolutely no excuse.
Eric Thomas.
You could get to us. Matter of fact, you can get to us in Chicago, the 25th and the 26th. You can get to us.
Eric Thomas net worth. We already did this before. What did it say?
Yeah.
How much is it, E?
I don't know.
What's
I've
the
never
Google
done
say?
it.
I know.
I don't know.
Have to put the real one out there. What did Google say? I forgot. Oh, now you can't hear me.
I can hear you. I said I don't know. I ain't never looked it up.
You never looked it up. Okay.
No.
I thought you said you did. You just said
no. I
Google.
never looked it up. I told you my wife looked it up.
Oh, okay. What number did she find? You know what I'm saying?
That was a year ago. Look it up. You can look it up right now.
I thought, didn't we already do this? What did it say?
I don't remember what it was. Like
you don't want to
That's
look it
so
up.
crazy when you
something.
go. That's so funny when you go to your own name and type in like Eric Thomas is like.
That's why I won't do
net
it.
worth, and
That's
then
why
wife.
I won't do it.
You know what I'm saying? Quotes. Hey, I feel good though. The first thing they want to know about you is your quotes. They want to get deep. Then they want to know how much money you make and who you married to. So you might got a couple little, you know what I'm saying? A couple little
Concubines. Is that what it's called in the Bible, Karl? Concubines.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Not the concubines.
Yeah.
Concubines.
Yeah. Gumar. Oh no,
Gumars.
it's a net worth of Eric Thomas is estimated at 2.5. Oh yeah, we did say this, 2.5 million because it said the majority of your income source come from your YouTube channel.
That part ain't right, but
I was gonna say, YouTube making us that? Shoot. I need a raise.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we got a check. When was the last time we got a check from YouTube? Shoot.
We still get them. No, we still get them.
Oh, we do?
I just hide them from.
keeping those to invest in his real estate empire.
No doubt. I just hide them
I
from
ain't
y'all.
mad
That's
at
all.
Exactly.
I ain't mad at it.
You thought all this real estate was coming just off the strength of Mars information? You know what everybody out there really needs to be, the information they need to be getting is how to get Organifi, okay?
Yes, sir.
Y'all playing with yourself okay, that didn't come out right. But y'all not being real if y'all not on the Organifi, okay? ORGANIFI.com, Organifi.com, promo code success. Listen, man, you out there, you're not living your best life because you're not as healthy as you should be, all right? You're not getting your greens in, you're not getting, all your essential nutrients. Let me tell you something. My wife went from, I'm not taking that, I'm not fooling with that, to I promise you, every single night, hitting the turmeric boy, the gold boy, every single night. She do like you, E. She like it hot like tea, almost. And I mean, every single night she been drinking the gold. I'm on the green at least 2 times a day, sometimes 3, depending on how I'm feeling. And man, just feeling better than ever, man. Take control of your health, take control of getting all that good stuff in you, man. This product, of course, was recommended to us by Sean Stevenson, and we were customers of the product before they even sponsored us. So we always shout out to them, man, for keeping this podcast alive, keeping it going. And you guys go check them out, man. Organifi.com, promo code success. All right. Also, man.
All right, before y'all go there real quick, this segment is brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yeah.
With HelloFresh, each box is made up of fresh, responsibly obtained ingredients selected from high-rated, trusted farms. There are 3 plans to choose from. There's the classic plan, which contains a variety of meats, the veggie plan, which contains vegetarian as well as plant-based proteins, and a family plan, which are quick and easy meals for those of you on the go. With their global eats options, it brings authentic international dishes and flavors to home cooks for exciting new meals. This is the stuff that you guys are not cooking. It's not the traditional rice and potato and all the stuff that we're doing all the time. It's not the pasta, y'all. It's the international, traditional stuff that's coming right to your home with all the seasonings, everything that you need. All the ingredients are pre-measured and labeled meal kits. Cooking will become something you actually look forward to when coming home from work. This week, my family did the pesto flatbread, aka the posh pizza.
Ooh,
we did the truffled mushroom flatbread. That was another one. My son is into whole pizzas and flatbread, so we try to do a lot of that. And then we did the sweet potato and black bean tacos. That one was another very, very, very delicious one.
Yeah.
The avocados, man, cilantro. Don't get me started. When you guys subscribe to HelloFresh, there are many benefits so you can keep enjoying week after week. Get delicious filling meals delivered right to your door every week for less than $10. You heard that right. You're going out to eat. I'm sure you're spending more than $10. You're getting that drink, them extra fries. I know. So less than $10 per serving and free shipping. Manage your account easily by choosing your delivery date to match your schedule. And you can pause it when you're on vacation. So sign up today, guys, for a total of $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/success80 and use the promo code success80. And that's success and the number 8080.
Hey, appreciate that. Listen, man, ETA Game Changers, we are doing some amazing things with our speakers. I believe our next meetup is actually coming up in May, and I'm super excited about that, man. If you have a gift and you talk, you speak, you somebody who, everybody comes to for advice, you got a message in you, you're a trainer, whatever field it is, whatever industry it is, if you're looking to turn your passion into a profit and take yourself to the next level, man, we would love for you to be a part of our Game Changers program, all right? Go to ETA Game Changers and check us out. But it's time for you to stop playing with it, man. Take your gift to the next level. Stop just being the person everybody calls like, yo, and learn how to take that message, man, and actually make a career, make a living, or just get you some side hustle money, man. We got some people in the program who are like, yo, I got a great job. I love my job, but I'd love to be able to, go on the road a few days out of the month and make, some extra money for my family using my gift. So definitely check us out, ETA Game Changers. Use the 7 principles that we learned, to kind of take this thing from, the mom and pop shop it is to Karl and E millionaires, Karl with real estate, E speaking, you know what I'm saying? Learn those principles. So shout out to everybody out there in Game Changers already. All my certified speakers, continue to grind, keep doing your thing. And if you're looking to do that, go to ETA Game Changers. All right, do we got time for? I know Karl got to run. You got time for a
Karl
couple?
Gone. Karl gone.
Okay, Karl's gone. Do we have time for one or two?
Yeah, we do. I got plenty of time.
Okay.
Karl gone, not me.
Let's see. Arkell in Rome, Georgia said, "Hey, ET, thanks so much for your videos. What's the last romantic thing you've done for Diddy?"
Got a red snapper fish sandwich from Papa Do's.
No doubt, that's super romantic.
You didn't hear the beginning of the podcast? You didn't hear the beginning of the podcast?
Right. Well, she wrote this in before, so you have to forget.
Oh, okay.
She must not
All right,
have
my
known.
bad.
Let's see. Amanda in Greenville says, CJ, you are totally fair for buying your kids a dollar store toy. Those airport toys are, you feel me? Outrageously expensive. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, everybody came up to me in Dallas and had an opinion on, me buying the dollar store toys. It is what it is. E, I see, not only did you have a red snapper, boy, you went to Grace's after Toby concert. And I saw you you had the patty cakes on Blaze. Was that ice cream on top or was that whipped cream? I was
You
so
ain't never
confused.
had that before?
Nah.
You ain't never had that before?
Now
So
I don't
it's
eat
actually,
like that.
bruh, it's actually their, it's a signature appetizer. Yeah, it's a signature
that was an appetizer?
Yeah, believe it or not, it's an appetizer. It's not what you think. It's an appetizer.
What is it?
It's like a mini pancake with bananas, like a fried banana on top of the pancakes with like their own signature sauce, and then a scoop of ice cream on top. It's an appetizer. Unbelievable,
So you eat
bro.
that before you get your food?
Yes. Now I didn't. I did it with mine because I got grits and eggs. So I was like, I'm gonna eat it with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna eat it before.
Man.
But actually, what most people do, I went for brunch.
Back.
Yeah, I went for brunch. It's sold with dinner. So my boy Joe Branch, when he took me for the first time, he ordered, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna be real. See, I don't do pancakes. Like, that's just not my thing. I don't like pancakes. So I was like, bro, I'm good on the pancakes. He's like, no, E, you have to get these. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna waste them because I don't eat pancakes. He was like, well, we gonna order a couple of them and just take a piece. And Tobe was with me that time. It was Tobe. Tobe came. Who else was there? I think Fat might have been there, if I'm not mistaken.
Fat was definitely there.
Fat was there. Jeff was there. And so long story short, bro, I bit off into one of them jokers. Bro, I don't know what that joint is. Anyway, my wife a foodie, so she right. So you talking about romantic. I took her to that joint, bro. She got the...
Gazed into each other's eyes, eating
bro.
ice cream pancakes for appetizers.
I felt bad because I went with the grits and eggs. You know what I'm saying? My wife was like, oh, no, we cheating today. She got the mac and cheese, corn, sweet potatoes,
she sent me a picture. I'm
chicken.
like, y'all wild. Y'all acting unusual.
No, I'm not. I can't do that, bro. I'm like, I'm good on that. I just did the grits and the eggs and the little pancake thing that they had. But my wife, you talk about Didi was on cloud 9 the whole week. She was on cloud 9 from that. So yeah, the Foster's pancakes is what I did romantically for my girl. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else sitting here thinking that's not romantic. It is if it's my girl.
That they light on fire? Don't they usually light that one on fire?
Not that one, but I'm sure in some places they probably do. But this store doesn't do it. I'm talking about when I tell you, bro, let me just say this, man. Shout out to ETA and what we put in the world, man, and just karma is real. You know, man, why me and Didi order all of that? They gave her a cake. We got Jalen and MJ a plate. Bro, why did they give us everything for free, bro? Bruh, my man was like, you good? I was like, bruh, come on, bro. Like, my wife was
embarrassed. Shout him out, man. Give him the full name. I think we might have said it, but let him know what is the name and where is that?
Oh, Gracie's in Houston. Yeah, Gracie's is in Houston. I'm not really sure what part of Houston it is in, but Gracie's is in Houston. Phenomenal restaurant. My boy Jonathan is the manager. Jonathan Love. You know what I'm saying? I got love for Jonathan Love. Yeah. They always take care of me, man. This is what he told me. He said, man, look, I'm going to be real. When you're in the store, they put me in a little private section. Like when you're in the store, it's just good vibes. I promise you when he said that, bro, me and Didi were on our way out. And I'm not going to lie. It wasn't like people didn't see us when we, in the beginning. But when we went out, it seemed like that whole section was like, can I get a pic? Show me love. E.T., I watch all your videos. And I just was like, yo, man, just the love in the earth right now, man. Just the love in the earth, man. It's unbelievable, bro.
Oh, man. So make sure I get that same treatment. You know what I'm saying? Next time
when
I'm
you
down
go there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make a call for me. Real quick, man. You said that you breezed by it, but man, Toby, man, 3,000 people out in Houston. Just incredible, man. Incredible. And if you heard E early in the show, he said it. Toby got his own day in Houston. The mayor came out to the conference, man, and made 420 Toby Nwigwe Day. It's been incredible. And congratulations to him and his entire team for finishing up the tour. Fat is like, she got to be like 9.5 months pregnant the way she was looking the other day. She ready to go any moment.
I know.
So just wanted to, give them a big special shout out for finishing up the tour in grand fashion. And I told y'all a long time ago on this podcast, he was on his way, and we've gone from, nobody coming out to him opening our events to now he can't even hardly make it to our events because the boy got his own shows, his own tours. Be on the lookout, man. I'm sure he's coming to a city near you soon. He's booked at all kind of festivals, the Roots Picnic, Broccoli Fest, something. He's just all over the place, man. So shout out to them, man, and that little mama on her way any given moment. So great job. Proud moment. Again, I watched Karl on, Friday, do his thing, and then to watch Toby get the award from the city of Houston the next day, man. Like you said, it's just good vibes for us right now.
Yeah, good vibes.
It's a lot of wins happening for the squad, man. So definitely, just want to shout out everybody. And man, I feel extremely blessed right now, man. It's a good time to be rocking with ETA if you out there. We got something in the air. So
something in the air, bro.
Yeah, you want to add? He went on stage with Toby at that. You actually went out there with the mayor, presented him with the day. I know you got a couple days now, but how was it to see Toby?
You know what I'm saying? I think it was more fulfilling and rewarding to see Toby because it's like the blueprint works. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The blueprint works. I got a day, Toby got a day. The blueprint works, bro, and it's not like personality driven. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's not like only ET is a unicorn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you follow this blueprint.
Yeah, we got a lot of unicorns popping up around here. It's ironic, isn't it?
It's a lot of unicorns.
It's ironic, isn't it? They all popping up with us. So good stuff. All right, man, I gotta get out of here. I hear my kiddos' feet stamping around up top. So why don't you give us a quick? Oh, no. Chicago this weekend. If you're listening, we'll be in
seats.
Chicago.
We got 100 seats.
100 seats left. By the time you hear this, it may only be 30 seats, but try to get in there before it's completely sold out.
I'm serious.
1,000 people in the building. So definitely looking forward to that. And Do we got anything else to announce? Mexico, Phenomenal Life.
Yes, sir.
Where's Karl when you need him? I don't know the site. Phenomenal Life Mexico. Just put it in.
Yeah, you feel me?
Go log in.
Log in. Go to etinspires.com. I'm sure you can scroll down and see it somewhere on that page.
But go now, because I'm telling y'all, we famous. Y'all hit us after Jamaica. And after it filled up, everybody was sending messages like, yo, I got,
right,
I'm like, yo.
Like they ready to go now.
Yeah, I'm trying, you know what's funny? I think people say, like, they think when we say it's sold out, they think it's like a marketing strategy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, people's hit me in Dallas like literally 2 days before the event. I'm like, yo, it's been sold out for 3 weeks. And they like, no, but I'll pay. I'm like, I know you'll pay. I'm like, ain't nowhere to sit. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah, these joints been, going fast, man. So get it now. Reserve your spot now. Put your deposit down now so you don't have to worry about it. It's still a whole year away. So you should be straight, all right? So go to etinspires.com/events. Find out where we're going to be, what we're going to do. Find E on Instagram at The Hip Hop Preacher, ET The Hip Hop Preacher. Find me on Instagram at ET The Hip Hop Preacher. You know what I'm saying? This time hit me up on there.
You feel me?
And other than that, man, give us a nugget of the day so we can get this day rolling, my brother.
Yeah, hey, stop living somebody else's life and being mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Stop taking advice from people, who are not headed down the same path you headed down. Like, just stop, just stop. Stop being angry, upset, just stop. Use your energy to live your best life. Like, stop it. Stop letting people pressure you. Stop, just stop, man. Just like, do what you want to do. Do what is going to make you happy. Do what's going to help you to live your best life. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Stop it, man. There's a lot of do-overs, but life is not one of them. So for real, live your best life. Take control of your life, right? And live this life with no regrets, y'all.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day. Appreciate y'all for listening. We out of here. We love you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.